Welcome back to the Daily Venture as I talk about Deadpool 3 star Hugh Jackman has differed James Logan Howlett, aka Wolverine's dynamic, with Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, portrayed by Ryan Reynolds in the forthcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe film. Unsurprisingly, the two will get along slightly. Also, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania performer Evangeline Lilly wants to star in an all-female Avengers or A-Force film. Also, one movie that's still coming down the channel is Blue Beetle, aka Jamie Reyes. While getting young superhero Reyes to the silver screen, the film will release along with 3 other live-action DC flicks. Regardless, it may have the potential to reach further whatever reboot is on the horizon. Yes. I would like to be on it. I would like to make it happen, Lily blurted when questioned if she would like to be in an A-Force movie. That day that we did the scene in Avengers Endgame where it was just us women was the most special day I've ever had. It was maybe tied with the most special day I've ever had filming a Marvel movie. There was that one, and there was my 42nd birthday when I was doing a scene with Michelle Pfeiffer, Michael Douglas, and Bill Murray. They were both amazing. When requested for more facts about who she would want to be in the movie with her, Lily responded that she wished to have all the women. Every single one of them. All the women. And as for the baddie, Lily is pulled between Thanos, aka Josh Brolin, and Kong, aka Jonathan Majors. However, she stated she would instead battle the Mad Titan when push came to shove. I feel like I want to see us fight Thanos. Maybe it's because we kind of did an Endgame, but then it just ended up being Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. We want her in the movie, but I would like to see that group effort and 10 women surrounding him and just bringing him to his knees. Lily is not the lone MCU performer to voice curiosity in an A-Force movie. I'm still really into this idea of an all-female Avengers movie, Larson told back in 2019. Getting all the women together and getting them to work as a team, would be so powerful and iconic. Just because having just seen Avengers, Endgame, getting to see all of those characters on screen, you realize the beauty of these new superhero movies is that everybody has their own special skills they bring to the table, she counted. Their own, superpower. And to see women work together, and in that way as a team, is not something we've seen enough of on screen. Created by writers G. Willow Wilson and Marguerite Bennett and artist Jorge Molina, A-Force came into the scene with their debut in May 2015's A-Force No. 1. She-Hulk led them by teaming up with Dazzler, Medusa, Nico Minoru, and Singularity, and would later include Captain Marvel and Thor, Alison Blair. While it has yet to debut in the MCU, A-Force exists in the pages of Marvel Comics. Meanwhile, when it comes to Deadpool 3, 10 being really close, 0 being that's what we are 0. We are opposites. Hate each other, Jackman stated during an interview with the Empire Film Podcast. He's annoyed by him. Wants to be a million miles away from him or punch him in the head. So, unfortunately, he can't be a million miles away from him in the movie, so I'm probably going to punch him in the head a lot. About the similarity he's made betwixt Deadpool 3 and the film 48 Hours, the Wolverine performer counted, just in the banter relationship. Polar opposites. He's my vinegar to his sugar. He's the fast-talking, quick-word loudmouth and my character wants to punch him in the head. Across the different parts of Marvel media, Deadpool and Wolverine have consistently had something of a love-hate connection, which is to state that Deadpool adores Wolverine, and Wolverine abhors Deadpool. The adamantium claw-wielding X-Man doesn't work well with others, so Deadpool always humorously annoys him and only occasionally reaches over well around Wolverine. Logan has work powers with Wade, though it's often begrudgingly. Before the forthcoming Deadpool 3, Jackman's Logan and Reynolds' Wade Wilson conveyed the screen in 2009's X-Men Origins, Wolverine. The 2009 movie showed that Wolverine was not a lover of Wade's mouthy behavior, though the latter's mouth was soon stitched shut nonetheless. That's not calculating 2018's Deadpool 2, in which interaction was affected by weaving new footage with library footage. Deadpool 3 will visit Jackman's iconic mutant and meet the different authentic version of Deadpool that Reynolds debuted in 2016. It's no mystery that Reynolds has desired such a team-up for quite some time. The tentatively titled Deadpool 3 is slated to come on November 8, 2024, to boot Phase 6 of the MCU. It will be the first Deadpool movie made by Marvel Studios following the Walt Disney Company's purchase of 21st Century Fox. The first two came under the 20th Century Fox flag as a piece of the studio's X-Men film cosmos. Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, who penned Deadpool and Deadpool 2, paired to write the screenplay for the threequel, with Sean Levy, Free Guy, The Adam Project, brought over as director this tour around. Marvel Studios' Deadpool 3 comes to cinemas on November 8, 2024. Lastly, given Henry Cavill's recent release from the part of Superman, the DC Universe films are seemingly rebooting everything from that fictional world. However, for a particular reason, Blue Beetle seems unattached to the continuity of the so-called Snyderverse. What plans could there be for Jamie Reyes, aka Blue Beetle? Could this be the beginning of something? It could become the first movie in a new universe for the line of DC comic characters. Perhaps Warner Brothers, the parent company of DC Comics, would follow a similar tone to the Marvel blueprint, where the film could restart a successful cinematic universe in more ways than one. The 4 DC films planned to be released in 2023 are Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Shazam 2, The Flash, and Blue Beetle. The first 3 of these movies are all connected in deviating ways to the continuity that first began in 2013 with Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Superman is rebooting. These movies are probably the last hurrah, in terms of their films, for the Man of Steel's companions, at least by what seems to be happening in the studio. It seems to be the case. What could change when we get a new Superman or Justice League, for that matter? The production of The Flash could reboot the fictional universe, and, additionally, current rumblings of the aquatic performer Jason Momoa could be swapping out Aquaman's trident for Lobo's cigar. Of these 4 films, Blue Beetle is the most disconnected at the moment. As it is the first appearance and mention of the character in the DCEU, the movie does not set anything up with any details at the moment, nor is it directly tied to one of the other films. Whether any connections exist to superheroes such as Superman and Batman is currently tight-lipped, and whether they are in the current DCEU or the superheroes may never appear in Blue Beetle's world. That would permit Blue Beetle to tell a standalone tale. Or perhaps Blue Beetle could be the first in a line of DC movies to become a replica of DC's counterpart of 2008 Iron Man. In 2008, Iron Man was Marvel's first attempt with the character to be on the big screen in the MCU. The film shows that Tony Stark and his armored alter ego, who had always been portrayed as a B-lister in Marvel Comics, became an entertaining blockbuster from hitting it rich with audiences, with Iron Man quickly evolving into a household name. From there, a whole film universe would be bred, with the once unknown Iron Man even developing a mentor to the more recognizable Spider-Man, who at the time was a high schooler when he joined the Avengers. Blue Beetle, who dons a space armor suit, could do the same thing, as he's a moderately obscure superhero to the public. Simultaneously, his capabilities and power set are comparable to Iron Man's, permitting him to make him a household name. Fingers crossed, if the film's a success, James Gunn and Warner Brothers Discovery would be wise to start the new DCU from the potential success of an unknown hero to maybe bona fide heavy hitters. Although a lot is riding on it, Blue Beetle's success in making this a reality mainly shows the character's absence of nature in the contentious Snyderverse films. If it shifts in the studio's favor, it will put it on the road for a decade of DC movies to tell their stories. While Gunn still plans to work on the more prominent characters in the rebranded DC studios, this also suggests that Gunn is fully committed to concentrating on more obscure superheroes in the new world of the DCU. That could keep from replicating the same errors as the previous DCU, which notably poured all its headliners into the too quickly formed Justice League without presenting most of the group's members standalone movies in the first place. Blue Beetle is coming to cinemas on August 18, 2023.